Welcome everyone. In today's session, we will see type of arguments which we can pass in a function. That includes positional arguments, keyword arguments, and how to combine positional as well as keyword arguments. So let's see practically. So I'm just going to create new Python file. So let's create a new Python file. I'm naming it as function part 3 demo. So we have created a Python file now. We have already seen how to create a function. So now I'm going to create one function by using def keyword. Let's name it as my function. So I'm naming it as my function colon, and in this function we are going to pass, let's say, three parameters: x, y, z. So we have already seen how we can pass the arguments, right? So I am just passing three arguments, that is x, y and z, and I am simply going to print the values of x, y and z. So whenever we are calling this function, so how to call this function? We can call this function, or we can invoke this function by using function name, round brackets, and we have to pass three parameters, right? So we have to pass, I am passing three values: 100, 200, 100, 200, 300. So here, this is the first type, that is positional arguments. So there are two types by which we can pass the arguments. So first one is positional arguments and another is keyword arguments. So in position arguments, so in first one, that is positional arguments, arguments are passed as per position or order in which they are defined. So for example, in this example, if you see, we have defined the function by using three arguments, that is x, y and z. When we are calling this function, my function, we are passing first argument, that is 100. So it is at first position. So this 100 will be assigned to x, this 200 will be assigned to y, and 300 will be assigned to z. So it is as per the position. So as 100 is at first position, it will be assigned to the first parameter, that is x. 200 is at second position, it will be assigned to second parameter, that is y. 300 is present at third position, that's why it will be assigned to third parameter, that is z. So when we call this function, let's run this file. So it will print 100, 200 and 300, that is the values of x, y and z that we are printing here. So this is known as positional arguments. This is known as positional arguments, in which basically we are passing the parameters or arguments as per the position in which it is defined. So this is known as positional arguments. Correct. Now next one is keyword arguments. So what exactly are keyword arguments? So I'm just going to use the same example. So I'm just commenting this part. So let's comment this part. Now let's pay attention. So I'm just going to call this function, let's say my function, and in this what I'm going to do, I'm going to use x equals to 100, y equals to 200, z equals to 300. So here what I am doing, so basically keyword arguments are in which the arguments are passed to a function or method which is preceded by a keyword and equal sign. Position or order does not matter in this case. So values are assigned as per the keyword. For example, I am explicitly mentioning here that x should have value of 100, 200 should be assigned to y, and 300 should be assigned to z. So this is known as keyword arguments, or you can simply say keyword args, right? So in this what will happen? So it will assign x value, which is 100, to this x, y to 200 and z equals to 300. Now let's run this file. So when we execute this file, it will again print 100, 200 and 300, right? In this case, order or position does not matter because we are explicitly assigning the values by using keyword. So instead of this, if I, let's say, so I'm just commenting again. So instead of this, I'm just going to pass in some another order. For example, let's say I'm just calling the function one more time, my function, and here let's say what I will do. So I'm just mentioning z equals to 300 comma x equals to 100, comma y equals to 200. So if you see the order, right, so I have changed the order now, but explicitly I am mentioning that z should be 300, x should be 100 and y should be 200. So when we call this function in which we are printing value of x, y and z, so let's run this file. It will print exactly the same values. For example, x will be 100, y will be 200 and z will be 300. So that's why while defining keyword arguments, the order or position does not matter because we are explicitly assigning the values to it. We are saying that x should be 100, y should be 200 and z should be 300. So this is the one example of keyword arguments. So keyword argument is an argument passed to a function or method which is preceded by a keyword and equal sign. So we already mentioned keyword equals to value, right? So position or order does not matter for this situation. Values are assigned as per keyword. The next topic is default parameter value. So I am just going to show an example. So I am just commenting this part of the code. Now let's see what is exactly default parameters. So now I am going to define one function, let's say def keyword. Let's use the same function name, and in this function I am going to pass, let's say, name, comma, country. So I am passing two parameters, that is name and country. And what I will do, I will simply print name, comma, country. So I am passing name and country and I am printing those values. So whenever I will call this function, let's say I am just calling this function, we have to pass name, that is Jack. So I am passing name as Jack, and let's pass country as Norway. And when we execute this file, it will print name and country, perfectly fine. But now let's say what I will do, here we are passing name and country. Now I am passing one default parameter for country, let's say country equals to India. So what this will do, so whenever we are calling this function, right, so whenever we are calling this function, now I am just one more time I am just executing this file, it will print Jack and Norway. So what is happening here is, when we call this function, Jack will be assigned to name and Norway will be assigned to country. Norway value will be assigned to country. That's why it is printing Norway. Now the same thing I will do. For example, I am again calling this function, but this time I will not pass the country value here. So while calling the function, I am not passing the value of country. I am just passing the name. So what we have done here, we have mentioned the default parameter country with the value of India. So whenever we are calling the function, but we are not passing the country value. So if we call the function, my function, and we are passing only name and we are not passing the value for country. So in this situation, it will print the default value. If you see the second time, so first time we have passed name as well as country name, right? So in this case, it is printing name as well as country which we have passed. But when we called it second time, we are passing only name. We are not passing the value of country. So in this situation, the default value which we have mentioned here, that is India. So that India will be assigned to country. Now let's say I am again calling the function with some another name value. Let's say John. And this time also I am not passing any value. So when we run this file, it will again assign default value, that is India to along with name, right? So it will pass John to name and it will pass default value because there is no value we have passed while defining calling the function here. So it will pass India value to that function, right? So it will print name John and default value, that is India. So that's how default parameter value works. So if we call the function without argument, it uses the default value. For example, we have seen that we have defined name and country with default value of India. So whenever we are calling the function without the country, right, so we have passing only name but not the country. In that situation, it will check what is the default value. So country is having default value of India. So if we don't pass country value during calling the function, in such situation it will pass default value, that is India, to that function calling, right? So that's how we can use default parameter values. Now let's see one more example. combination of positional and keyword arguments. So far we have seen positional arguments, we have also seen keyword arguments, right? Now I am just commenting this part of the code. So now let's see how we can combine positional as well as keyword arguments together. So now I am just going to define one function def keyword and then function name, round brackets, and in this function I will pass three parameters again. Let's say x, comma y, comma z, and we are simply printing x, comma y, comma z. So we are printing x, y, z. Now when we call this function one by one, let's call this function. So first time I am calling this function, we have to pass some value. So I will just pass 100, 200, 300. So is this keyword or positional arguments? Is this keyword or positional arguments? It is a positional arguments because we are not mentioning any keywords here. So it is positional arguments because we are assigning 100 to x, 200 to y, and z, 300 to z as per the position. So this is positional arguments and it is perfectly valid. Now let's see another way of calling this function. So I am now calling, let's say, my function. In this I am mentioning keywords. So x equals to 100, y equals to 200, and z equals to 300. So is this keyword or positional? So this one is keyword arguments, right? Because we are mentioning keywords here, and this is also valid. This is also perfectly valid. Now the third way, let's say my function, this time let's say I am mentioning y equals to 200, comma z equals to 300, comma x equals to 100. This is again keyword arguments, and this is also perfectly fine because for keyword arguments order does not matter. So this will be also perfectly valid. So we are assigning x equals to 100, y equals to 200, and z equals to 300 via keyword arguments. Now let's see one more example. Pay attention now. Here I am just mentioning 100, then 200, then z equals to 300. So what we are doing here, so this is positional argument. This is also positional argument. This is keyword argument. We have used keyword here, combination of keyword as well as position. So 100 will be assigned to x, 200 will be assigned to y, and z equals to 300 will be assigned to z. So this is also combination of positional and keyword argument. So this is also perfectly fine. So when we execute this file, let's execute this file, it will assign all the output correctly, right? So if you see, all the functions are calling and correct values are getting assigned to it. So this is also perfectly fine. Now let's see one more example. So what I will do now, I will define my function, I will calling my function with 100, this is positional argument, so 100 will be assigned to x. Then I am mentioning y equals to 200, this is keyword argument, and z equals to 300, this is also keyword argument. This is also perfectly fine. This is also perfectly valid. So when we execute this file again, it will assign or it will print the correct values. This is also valid. This one is also valid. But now let's see one more example. Now what I will do, let's say my function, this is positional argument, then I am mentioning y equals to 200, that is keyword argument, and then I am again mentioning the positional argument, that is 300. So if you see, there is syntax error directly. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to assign 100 to x, y equals to 200, and we are assuming that 300 will be assigned to z, but this is invalid. This is invalid statement, so it will not happen, right? It will not happen. If you see the error, it is giving syntax error. So what it is saying, positional argument after keyword argument. So what is the basic rule is, positional argument should not come after keyword arguments, right? So positional arguments should be always before keyword arguments. positional arguments should be always before keyword arguments. That is the important rule, that if you see here, this is the positional argument, after that keyword argument, and after that again positional argument. So this is not a valid statement, it is invalid. So basic rule is positional argument should always come before keyword arguments. If you mention both the keyword arguments here, that is perfectly fine. If you mention like this, it is perfectly fine. But if you mention positional arguments after keyword arguments, then it will throw an error. It is a syntax error, right? So that is what we are seeing here, that this is perfectly fine, but positional arguments should always appear before keyword arguments. Positional arguments should always appear before keyword argument. That we have to always remember. Now let's move to next topic, that is arbitrary arguments. So if you do not know how many arguments that we are passing into your function, we can add an asterisk before the parameter name in function definition. For example, I will just show you one example. So let's see arbitrary arguments. So I am just commenting this code. So now I am defining one function, let's say def my function, and in this function I am passing. So we don't know how many parameters we are going to pass. So if you want to pass, so basically if you do not know how many arguments that will be passed into your function, add a asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. So this way the function will receive a tuple of arguments. It will receive a tuple of arguments. So we can define multiple values. So tuple can have multiple values. So we can define multiple values in a tuple and it can access the items accordingly. So for example, there are multiple kids which we want to pass into arguments. So what we can do, but we don't know how many values will be there. If you don't know exactly how many values are going to be there, we can simply use asterisk here. So along with the argument value, we can simply use, along with the argument name, we can simply use asterisk here. So for example, let's say I am mentioning asterisk and then I am mentioning the parameter, that is also known as argument, right? So I am mentioning asterisk before the argument here. And after that, let's say if I simply print kids, so let's simply print kids first, and then calling the function, let's say I am just calling the function now, my function. In this function I am passing multiple values, let's say John, comma Jack, comma Jenny. So we are passing 3 values here, right? So when we execute this file, it will print the tuple, right? So it will print the tuple. So basically, as we have added asterisk here, these values will be passed as a tuple here. So when we printing kids, it is printing all the values, that is in the form of tuple. If we want to print the specific values, then we can simply access from the tuple. So we can simply access, how we can access it? By using index position. So let's say I want to access Jack. So Jack is present at first index position. So now let's again call this function. So when you call this function, it will print, first statement will print all the values, that is basically tuple, which contains John, Jack and Jenny. And second statement, this is print kids of 1. So it is accessing the first index position, that is Jack, and it is printing Jack. So that is basically arbitrary argument. So when we can use this, so if we don't know how many arguments that will be passed into your function, then in that situation we can add a asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. So in function definition we can add asterisk along with the argument name, right, parameter name, and this way the function will receive a tuple of arguments. So if you pass multiple values, so if you even pass, let's say 5 values here, then that will be, the function will receive a tuple of arguments, and we can access the items accordingly. If you print entire values, then it will print all the tuple values, and if you simply print or simply want to access any specific value, that we can refer it via index name. So that is about the arbitrary arguments. So thanks for watching this video, guys. In the coming session we will see some more topic about Python.